I just bought a 27 unit condo building and I used none of my own money to purchase it. We purchased it for $2,075,000 and we're spending $1 million on renovations. The after repair value is going to be $4 million. We have holding costs on this property because we borrowed all the money at 15% interest to buy this property. So obviously there's a bunch of holding costs involved in this, but we will have rental income during January. We're gonna have our first 5 units up and ready because this building was 100% vacant when we bought it. So then we'll have rental income, which will offset some of our holding costs. The difference between what we bought it for, our holding costs and our renovations, we're gonna make $525,000. Now that is in the deal. So on the next slide, it'll show how we're going to finance the property. There's a product out there where you can buy multifamily properties for 5% down. So 5% of 4 million is 200,000. So out of that $500,000 profit, we'll leave $200,000 in the deal as our down payment, which means we get a $325,000 tax-free check, which is why I was asking Jared about the tax-free refinance. How can I distribute it to my investors tax-free? Because we will have this loan for $325,000. And from that $325,000, that's what we're actually using to pay back our investors because they lent us about 1.2 million at 15%. So we're gonna use part of that to pay back the investors. The crazy thing is, because we're in it for 3 million, oh yeah, right here. So when we refinance it, we get a loan for $3.8 million, but we're only in it for $3,475,000. So part of that was the renovation money that we borrowed from our investors. So when we get this almost $4 million loan, that's what we use to pay back the investors their $1 million. So at the end of this, they get their money back and we still own the property. So my investors have none of their money in the deal. So not only do I have none of my own money in the deal, my investors have no money in the deal. So when you're raising capital, it has to be a deal that they couldn't do without you, and do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Hey, I want a building with none of my own money. You want to join me? And so that's how I was able to raise 2.7 million. The crazy thing is, if you go to the very last slide, because we're keeping the property, it's going to cash flow and it's going to be fully renovated. So our repairs and maintenance are going to be fairly minimal, but it's going to cash flow $50,000 a year afterwards. And then for all of our compound appreciation people in the room, Stefan Van Santen with Bridgeline Wealth, what is 7% on 4 million? Because Red Deer's average appreciation over the last 100 years is 7% per year. Obviously some years it goes way up, then way down. This is in Innisfail, so let's use 5%. 5% of 400,000